Okay, so you should have the setup looking like this to get started working on the rear frame brace kit. Go all the way out with it.
Get the nut off and then loosen up the bottom one first. There.
And now you want to start on the bottom bolts and undo the bottom. Don't remove the top just yet though.
Okay. You got that? Loosen the bottom.
Down here?
Good.
Yep, bottom shock.
You can take the bottom one out. Yours, I love it.
So this could be a little difficult, so you may want to go ahead and
when you lose
thread the bolt out
you can't
to
find
help with your removal.
I'm not sure it did work.
Next you want to remove the top shock bolt and remove the shock from the truck. So now pull the shock out. Next step, you want to remove the stock OEM jounce bumper that's plaguing all these trucks. It's a 13mm socket. And put that aside. You won't need to use it later unless you're just doing the rear frame supports minus the air bumps. And make sure you keep the stock bolt because it will be reapplied later. Okay, next up you want to go ahead and loosen up the rear shackles. Start with the bottom first.
Take a mental note of the orientation of the shaft.
It's a good idea at this point to take a look at how this shackle's sitting so you know when it goes back in, it goes in the correct location. So this is on the passenger rear of the truck. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and remove the rear bolt. Put it aside for reinstallation later. So now with the rear bolt removed, we want to go ahead and loosen up the front shackle. So here you might need to use a bit of leverage and an extension or breaker bar just to get it loose, but once you get it loose you can get a ratchet on it and get it out quite easy. Now you just take the nut off with your hand.
Leave the bolt in.
Leave the bolt on in. So now remove the rear U-bolts and 13/16 deep socket and take the bolts all the way out and off the lease.
Here we go.
So at this point in time, the U-bolt should be gone and off the truck, and you will not be using the U-bolts again. Alright, now you want to remove the rear leaf itself from the truck. So it's a good idea to have two people to do this just to help yourself out. Okay, so now you just want to lift these out and take them, move them off the truck.
Flip it over and so it's...
Well, there you have it.
Okay, now we're on the driver's side of the truck, so you'll want to repeat all the following steps that you just did to get to the final disassembly of the leaf springs. At this point you will want to go ahead and disassemble and remove the stock exhaust hanger to be reinstalled after if you do still have your stock exhaust with tips coming out of the back. As you can see, this truck is not, they just dumped out the bottom. What we prefer.
You will need to remove the nut plate also. That's right here. You can leave the inside one.
And you will want to remove this nut plate.
Alright. I guarantee this piece comes out. No, because this is...
Oh, I still gotta get this one out. Just loosen it.
Option one, just take the cross beam and slide it on through. Okay, you have potential of getting powder coat scratched. So we're going to do option 2, which is to come up from underneath.
And then your crossbar should be set.
There it is.
And this is your passenger frame support. So what you want to do is just put it up in, slide it into the cross tube, and just press it right on the truck. Fit should be exact. Now you want to take your OE microcellular gouge pump stop bolt, put it back up in its spot, and just hand tighten.